Hey man, I was just about to go in my gym. And then I was reading on Facebook and I seen this post of this girl who, the text that I copied from her page. And I had to come back out and make this video because I even got to turn on my heat for this one, because this is a good ass topic right here. You know what I'm saying? All right, look, there's roles, man. Everybody has a role in a relationship. The man has to do his part, the woman has to do her part. What's going on a lot is, y'all just gotta bear with me. I'm gonna go female, male, whatever. Just don't get offended, just listen. All right? Now, again, I'm gonna say this again. The title that I just put up, I text copied from another girl's page and had to run. I ran outside so I can explain this video, because this is what's going on in the world right now, and this is why men and women can't seem to get along. You know what I mean? Nobody wants to play their role correctly. All right, now for a lot of women, they feel like men want this slave woman that is basically a slave. But when a woman is a good woman, she knows her role and she loves to play her role. I think a lot of times, a lot of females, they don't want to play the role at all. So that's why they're saying it's a slave. How has being a submissive woman and catering to a man and doing what you're supposed to do as a woman been a slave? Now, people will say because it's asking for too much. But then you flip it, and these same females that say being a good woman is a slave, these are the same women who will say, I want everything from a man, and all I'm going to do is look good and give him sex. He got to pay all the bills. Who's really the slave? If you really look at it, women are still going to get a real man that wants a so-called, what y'all call slave. He's willing to do more. Like me, I want, if I get with a woman, I want a submissive woman that is, when I say submissive, it doesn't mean that I don't submit to her either. It just means it's a woman that cooperates. A woman that you ain't got to beg to do this and do that. But guess what? Most men who want these submissive females, most men are still willing to pay more of the bills and to take a little bit more of the weight. So who's really the slave? Most good men are not going to feel like he's a slave, though. But my point is, you have a lot of females who, the reason why I'm making this video is because if they don't understand this, they're gonna be single forever, man. I'm not saying that you should bow down and just do whatever a man does without him doing something back. I'm not saying that. But if you don't understand your role as a female, for one, you're not going to be happy, because you are created to be a man's helper. Not a slave, but you are created to be his helper. You're supposed to do that. And that's why a lot of women are not happy, because they are not doing the role that God created them to be. They have been lied to by feminism and all this other shit, and now they're trying to be in the man's position. Believe it or not. A lot of women's not going to believe that. They're going to be like, that's bullshit. I want to run everything. I want to be Nicki Minaj, the bad bitch. Fine, go ahead. And you might succeed. You might actually get a man that bows down to you like a bitch and all that. But you're not going to be happy, because that's not your position as a woman. You are more created to be there and be a man's helper. Some people even say a woman can't be pleased because she has been put here to please a man. Now, I don't completely agree with that, but I do believe a woman is supposed to be serve a man, but a man is supposed to serve a woman too. Everybody serves purposes, you see. So to me, what I said about that post, well, I didn't say nothing on her post, but I feel like good women, I don't see a good woman saying this. I don't see a good woman saying that being a good woman is a slave. I only see women say that who they're not submissive to men. And they're not going to be. They want to run everything. Everything is about them. And that's why they look at other women. Oh, they only like this color girl because of this or something. I hear a lot of shit. Because these girls are easier. Nah, because these girls, yeah, they're easier to love. You're absolutely right. They're easier to love. It ain't all this fighting back and forth shit. You know, no man wants that. A man wants a woman to be his peace. Not to fight with you about every fucking thing. Will you suck my dick? Oh, there's a fucking hour argument. It shouldn't be that way. Why should it not be that way? Because as a woman, you asking a man for all this shit. How can you ask a man for everything, but you don't want to give it? That makes no sense. You don't deserve it if you don't give it. Same thing with a man. He don't deserve if he's not giving. So there's really no such thing as a slave in a relationship, because both people are supposed to be catering to each other. Only people who look at it as this is slavery, dog, is the people who really just about themselves. They're not in relationships to please the other person. They're in a relationship to please themselves. That's why they feel like this is slavery. So basically what they're saying is this is what I get from it. They see women, good women who basically cater to their man. They look at that and they say, nah, that's slavery. I'm not doing that. Because they don't want to step up their game as a woman, or even as a man sometimes. They don't want to step up their game to be in a relationship and ultimately do what they're supposed to do in a relationship and be a benefit to somebody in a relationship. So instead, I'm just going to say that that's slavery, because I don't want to step my game up. Or I'm just going to say that these color girls are easier, or these girls are easier, and I know my worth. I'm a queen, or I'm a king. I know my worth. I ain't bowing down to nobody and all this bullshit, which you're not supposed to bow down to nobody. I'm not saying that. But this is what people are doing, man. They don't want to step up their game. You see what I mean? Men do it too. Men do it too, man. I ain't letting no woman run me, dog. I ain't doing this, I ain't doing that. And this is why a lot of men just fuck women and keep it moving. Because they don't want to do what other men do to actually commit and serve to a woman. So instead, I'll just be a player and lie to women and shit and use women. You see, you got women and men who are not willing to step their game up. And since they don't want to step their game up to the other women and men who are willing to step their game up, who probably are actually happy in a relationship with somebody because they do step their game up, I'm going to make excuses and say that's slavery and all this other shit. Why do they do that? Because it's all about them. When they look at relationships, they don't look at the part of what can I do to make the person happy. It's all about what can they do to make me happy. So therefore, they feel like a slave, because any little thing, it's like, I don't feel like doing this, I don't feel like doing that, I'm just lazy, I'm selfish. These are facts, man. It's not being a slave, being a submissive woman. This is what you got to do as a woman to keep a man happy. This is what a man deserves. Just like the shit you are requiring a man. Women got all these requirements for a man. So you think a man just supposed to just do everything for you and all you got to do is look good and fuck him and that's it? See, it's some of these females think it's just look good and give him sex, and if anything else, that's slavery. You know, and the crazy part about it is, some of these, if you got kids and shit, why is a woman complaining about cooking? You got kids. Why are you complaining about washing dishes if you got kids? It ain't even about just the man anymore. It's about your kids now. You see what I mean? Being honest, that doesn't mean a man can't cook. That doesn't mean a man can't wash dishes. But why is a woman complaining about saying this is slavery? No, that's a woman that doesn't want to play the role of what a real woman should be doing. Because this is what it should have been from jump. Go ask your grandmas and them like that. You don't believe me? Go ask them. Just like the men, the shit that men used to do, they no longer doing it, because now they looking at this as simping. It's not slave, it's simping. Whatever, same thing. Same thing, y'all. So this is why a lot of relationships are not happy, man. Because both people are not bowing down to the relationship. They're too prideful, you know, too selfish. You have to bow down to the relationship for the shit to work. Both people have to submit. It's not just a fucking woman. Why do everybody think submission is only about a woman? A man has to submit. I can't fuck that girl or this one or this one. I got to submit to my woman and be faithful. That's submission. Men you just don't hear the word submission with men because it's more like a feminine word, I guess. But a man, in reality, he still submits to a woman when he picks a woman. He even gets on one knee. How's that not submission? All I'm saying is this to y'all women, man. Don't listen to these women who say, I'm not doing it. You don't got to do all that, girl. Fuck these niggas that don't do all this. And no. Don't do that, because this is the only way you're going to be able to keep a man happy. However, it has to be the right man. That's the thing. You got to make sure that you're doing it with the right man. And that's the hardest part about it. But don't change. If you're a woman who values being a submissive woman and you want to cater to a man, don't change that. Don't be like the other women who think this is slavery because they don't want to play their position as a woman. Let them be like that, man. But just remember, the reason why a lot of them women don't want to do that, because they don't know how to pick the right man. They don't want to pick the right man. They like certain men, certain fetishes, and they know damn well these men ain't good enough. So therefore, yeah, they don't want to submit to that. Why would they? They already know the man not good. Don't be deceived. That would be like me saying, man, I'm just going to be a dog, man. I'm going to fuck every woman. Like the rest of these men. Why would I do that? Nah. Because at the end of the day, I'd rather have one woman all for me. You can have all the hoes that's for everybody. I don't want that. You see? So I'm not gonna do like them. I understand that me being a man and submitting to a woman, when I say submit, I hate to say it because it sounds feminine, but a man does submit to a woman, believe it or not. That's what it is. So anyways, when I do that, you know, that's what separates me apart from any other guy that she's dealing with or could deal with or come across or whatever. This is why a lot of these females can't keep a man, because they don't want to submit. They don't want to play their part, man. And some of them, they have every right not to do it because the men they dealing with they shouldn't be dealing with them. But see, that why you dealing with them. If you're not dealing with a man that you can say, hey, I'm gonna submit completely to this man and cater to this man because he does it back to me, then you're not with the right one. Why are you with that one? Just like a man, if you can't put all your trust and all this other shit into a woman, then why are you dealing with that woman? You have to submit to the relationship. It's not going to work. Don't be deceived by these other women. They will end up single. No man wants that. No man in his right mind wants that. A woman that I'm a slave if I submit and be what the woman you deserve. How's that a slave? It's not a slave, man. Especially if the man doing it back. He doing the same thing back, if not more. Because usually men, let's be honest, the way the world's set up, usually men, we're in a better position to offer more to a woman. Let's just be honest, not always, but a lot of times. So really, the woman gets more. She really do in a certain way. I'm not saying that, you know, a woman can make up for it a different type of way. She could do a lot of other shit to make up for it. But see, that's where the problem comes in. Nobody wants to step up their game. You see what I'm saying? They'll say, oh, these girls are easy because a girl is doing what she's supposed to do to keep a man happy. It's bottom line is just you're dealing with women and men who don't want to play that role. They don't want to play that traditional role. They want to play the player role. You know, submitting to them is like kryptonite or something. And instead of them being honest and say, you know what, I can't step up my game to a wife or husband material level, so I'm just going to just keep it real and tell y'all I'm not ready for that. Instead of that, they're just going to say that you're slaves and all this other bullshit because it makes them feel better about them not being able to step up to the plate and step up and do what they're supposed to do. Because even as a woman, let's just say a woman say, I'm not cooking for no man. If you a woman, most women are mothers. You got to be cooking. So you're not cooking for your kids too? There's no way around this. A woman should be already cooking. She got kids already. Why is she not cooking? Come on, man. There's no way around that. There is no way around that. Even sometimes with the men, you simping, dog. You paying most of the bills in the household and shit like that. If a man got a kid already, he should already be doing this anyway. So really, it's a mind over matter thing. But like I say, a lot of females, they want certain shit from men, but then they look and say, I don't want to give back. That don't make sense. Some of them, see the problem, I think what the real problem is, a lot of them are getting away with it because men don't know their worth. Same thing, vice versa with women sometimes. Men are getting away with a lot of shit because a lot of women are not knowing their worth or they're not practicing their worth. You see what I'm saying? So they're getting away with a lot of shit. But at the end of the day, do not let these other females that don't know what the role of a woman is, don't let them convince you that being a role of a woman, I'm going to say traditional, to make up everybody understand how I'm trying to separate this shit. Don't let them make you think that being a traditional type of female is wrong or it's been a slave. If you don't believe me, go ask one of your great grandmas or something. All she gonna do is that she gonna say, I love doing this for you. I had your grandpa's breakfast ready for him and everything. But these days, this is slavery to these women. But yet, I want you to give me every fucking thing. Buy me the house, the car, and everything. But I can't cook you a fucking plate. That's bull. Why would a man want that? Why would a man want to commit to a woman that doesn't want to do nothing for him but look good and give him sex? He can get that anywhere. Just like if I was just to give a woman sex, you know she can get that anywhere. A woman could walk outside and say, somebody fuck me. Motherfuckers will line up all over this motherfucker. You see what I mean? So why would a woman just want a man just for that? It makes no sense. So you got to ask yourself, why would a man want women for that? They will want them to fuck them, but they're not going to commit to you, man. You got to do more than that. And what I'm saying is, don't let these women deceive y'all good women who have the mindset that you want to cater to a man. Keep that mindset. You just got to find the right one to do it. Because if it's not the right one, it's in vain, basically. But if it's the right one, even your smallest effort is the best. Even your worst is the best. He's going to appreciate that. Same thing, vice versa with a woman, you know. But don't let these people knock you off. This is what separates y'all. You guys are rare. The ones who love playing the role of a woman with the right man and shit, you're rare. In this day, you're rare. Because everybody want to be bad bitches and shit. Same thing with the men. Everybody want to be players and shit. So that's why I looked at it like, everybody doing that? Let me do this grandpa role, this traditional man role of trying to find one woman and all that other shit. Not perfect, of course. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part. I looked at men today, and then I looked at men back then. I said, I'd rather be more like these men back then. You know, more than the men now. They seem more like girls. I'm cool. Why I want to be like everybody else? You know what I'm saying? Just saying, y'all. So, man, if you don't do this, a lot of y'all women, it's going to be hard for a man to commit to you. So you got a lot of women, yes, they look good as fuck and they getting away with it for now, but at some point it's going to catch up. You know, they're going to be 30-something and they're not going to know how to be a woman because all their life they got away with just looking good and fucking somebody. But now the wall's closing in. That shit ain't going to work no more. Same thing with men. All his life he just looked good and he got all the women. But now when that wall starts closing in, now you got to start stepping up. Why? Because women are getting smarter and older and they not with just kicking it and popping bottles and fucking now. Now they want commitment and all the other shit. And guess what? Only the men who understand how to be a man, those are the only ones that's going to survive. Them other guys, they're going to be looking stupid. There's not going to be nobody left for them. You see what I'm saying? So don't fall for this shit, man. I was ready to go in the gym. I had to come back out for that one. You know, that is a scary thing when a woman says that men think good women are being a slave. And AKA, what is she saying? She's basically saying that men who require women to actually give and please to them, you know, that's slavery. That's what she's saying. Period, point blank. But guess what? I bet you them same women will expect everything from a man. But so who's the real slave? If you ask me, I think people who say people are slaves for being good women and men, they're actually looking for slaves. Because it's all about them. They don't know no 50-50 or it ain't even got to be 50-50, just 50-50 effort. It ain't about calculating, I did more than this, I paid more than that. That don't really matter. It's really about the effort and the effort and how much you want each other. If you want each other 50-50 and you putting in 50-50 effort, all that other shit don't matter. It don't matter if I make more money than her, she make more money than me. That don't matter. That's not what's going to make the relationship last. It's the effort and the fucking the feelings, mutual feelings. But yeah, I'm done talking about it, man. Y'all women that are, you know, you got your mind right and you want to cater to a man, you're in the right position. You just gotta find her. You just gotta pick the right one. Do not go to that bad bitch shit because you might pick the right one. You might come across the right one and fuck it up. Because why? Because if you just doing whatever, I'ma just look good and fuck him, you know how many, he's gonna probably cheat. I hate to say it, and that doesn't make him right or make it your fault really, but you know, you gotta stand out. You gotta be something that they can't just go out and find anywhere. Same thing with a woman. I can't just be somebody to just, I'm going to just give her dick. She can get that anywhere. Why the fuck would she really want to commit? I don't think she would. See what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm done talking about this shit, man. I don't want to lose the traditional women. You know what I mean? And I don't want it to be passed down to the younger females and thinking this bad bitch shit, this feminist, we ain't submitting to men no more and all that bull. That's bullshit, man. If a man is submitting to you, why the fuck would you not submit to him? That's bullshit if you don't. You're gonna ruin something good, I'm telling you, and y'all men too. Oh, that's some weak shit. That's some simp shit. I ain't submitting to shit. Okay, then just stay single then. What the fuck you in a relationship for? You know, a lot of people just want, it's all about them, that's all. You know what I'm saying? Stand out. A traditional type of female, you stand out. You're rare. Don't change this shit. You halfway there. All you gotta do now is pick the right man. You know what I'm saying? It might not be your time yet. You might have to keep yourself improving. But do not change the way you think. Like, that's a good thing. A woman that wants to cater to a man that actually wants her and shit. Come on, man. Don't get no better than that. You know, that beats just a woman who look good and fuck any day. Any day. I'm gonna talk to y'all later, man.